Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Limitless Health Club. I'm Julie. I think most of you know.
Yeah, hi, Julie.
Hi, everybody. Um, Welcome. I was trying to set it up so that you only see me, and apparently that didn't work. So that will happen hopefully next time. Because when people watch the playbacks, it's a little bit distracting when they see so many people. So if you're not talking, try to keep your thing, whatever it's called, your screen on mute. And then I will take questions in just a few minutes. I just wanted to say welcome. We took a couple of months off because we have completely reworked the interface, and we broke the health club into a free version and a paid version. And you should definitely check online the benefits because the free version gets you a lot of good stuff. The only thing it doesn't really get you is me live. So I also know there was a couple of quirks with that. So we're still just like working out the kinks. Hopefully everything will be smooth moving forward. Today's a little bit of practice. The web manager should be on any minute too. So she'll be watching as well. And I'm just going to walk you through a couple of the things for the Limitless Health Club Plus, which all of you are members of. So you could see the group chat and all of your discounts and benefits. So basically, I guess when I tell people to sign up for my newsletter, that no longer exists. When you sign up, you are going to be a member of the Limitless Health Club Basic. And you can watch some of these recordings. We'll have some there, and there's a lot of content, and there's a do-it-yourself section. And then after that, if you're interested, which you guys already are, you join the Limitless Health Club Plus, and you get these classes, and you can watch all the previous recordings, and you get more discounts, higher discounts on the website. So basically, everyone that signs up on my website when they place an order online will get at least 10% off of everything, if not more. So tell your friends if they're interested in taking good quality supplements, they should at least join. The do-it-yourself section is still there in a reading format, which no one likes to do anymore. So we've actually made a bunch of videos. So that'll all be up soon, but the first 3 parts are online now. So I just want to reiterate why this is called the Limitless Health Club. When your biofield is intact, healing is limitless. So the biofield is the space around you. You might call it your aura. It's a plasma energy field. So you cannot really see it. I don't think anyone can see it. It's energy. I don't see the difference between a regular TV and a plasma TV. So it's really just like that. But it is this space. And I like the comparison that I saw recently, where we all know that the earth has this atmosphere and the stratosphere and these layers around it. It's the same thing. It's this energy field around us. And as we move forward from 2023 and beyond, everything is turning into energy. It's all about energy. I don't even know if we'll have doctors in the future, because it's not really about diseases. It's about dis-ease. It's like a block in your energy. So we're coming to see this more and more. So when the biofield is intact, think of it like a balloon layer around you, a bubble around you. Healing is limitless. When there are little holes in it, it doesn't matter how small they are, like smaller than a pin or a pen point, microscopic, that I would want you to think of it like leaky gut syndrome, like there's holes and stuff leaks out of your gut. So when there's holes in your biofield, then you get false positives and false negatives, and nothing really is what it seems. And you're shooting in the dark at all of your health problems. I've had many people that have been to so many other practitioners, and they come see me. They have no biofield. They've been taking 30 supplements, doing this detox, whatever other treatments they're doing, saunas, cryotherapy, etc. They have no biofield. And that is why their other programs did not work or heal them. So the absolute first step is to build a biofield or restore it, and then strengthen it, no matter what type of health you're looking for, whether you're fighting cancer or diabetes, or you just have digestion or sleep issues. If you do not have a biofield, you're really shooting in the dark. You're just like barking up the wrong tree, is one of the expressions I use. And I see this day after day after day. I can't tell you how many people over the last 23 years that I see, and they have no biofield. And they're like, how can you help me? I've been to so many other practitioners. I don't even know why I'm here. My friend just told me I need to come. And they start healing. So the biofield. We were talking about the website earlier today with the web person. And she's like, well, let me just take the EMF page down for today while I'm working on this. I'm like, no, the EMF is everything. All of your devices are causing you to have leaky biofield unless you have EMF remediation on them. That's what this sticker is. And it is a sticker. It's flat. It goes under the phone. You don't really know it's there. I have one on the top of my laptop. Anyone you love should have the EMF remediation on their devices, because I can do with this one in particular, the newer 5G, when you put your phone on top of your head and take 5 long breaths. Actually, does everybody here have one maybe on their phone? I don't know if everyone does. So put it on top of, awesome, put it on your phone. Okay, okay. So meanwhile, if you have it, put your feet on the ground or wherever you are and just take 5 big breaths. So, and no talking while you do it. Mine won't count really, but pretend like you're pulling energy from the bottom of your feet, through your legs, past the guts and the intestines, up the neck, all the way to the crown of your head, and exhale. It's like an ocean wave. It comes up, it goes down. Couple more breaths. Basically, what you're doing in these 5 breaths is restoring the biofield. And that is how cool this device is on your phone, on top of your head. I actually feel an instant charge. So it's working even though I'm talking, but usually I tell people no talking so that you really get the full benefits of it. I was in the sauna just a short while ago and I was kind of rushing to get ready for class. So I might not have recharged myself enough. And that actually just felt so good. I was at an event last week where a woman was getting an ocular thing and moving into a migraine. And I had her just sit with my phone. It took about 6 minutes and she was 100%. She felt better instantly. So the devices, the EMF remediation, your biofield. What is the one thing that we have in the past 20 years that they never had on this planet before? Laptops, cell phones, tablets, computers now in your car. You're riding on top of a battery if you have a plug-in car. So all of these things, we are surrounded by them. The building that I can see out my window, they have 30 5G towers on that building. It will be like the Erin Brockovich story for everyone living in that building. If they live there for 5 or 10 years, people there will start getting weird random health problems. And if they understood or knew about how the towers and then their devices and their Wi-Fi router, and also it's a tall building. So I don't know, are there 300 apartments in there and 300 different sets of Wi-Fi when you look on your phone? That is like the opposite of calming and soothing. If you could see energy, it's like an angel's halo. It's really soft and smooth, and it's just moving around gently. And then you put in a cell phone tower, and suddenly the energy gets like a little chaotic when it goes near that tower. And then you put in another one, and so on. And this is what energy is like around you. And it's so stressful, like just to even describe this. It's like the opposite of So this is why people have ADD. This is why people can't focus. And when that happens for a longer period of time, that's when dis-ease starts to happen in your body. So we're going to talk about building the biofield. I feel I talk about it almost every single health club. If you want to have a health club meeting, if you want to have limitless health, you have to have a biofield. End of story. And so how do you build a biofield? Salt, minerals, and electrolytes. It's really not hard at all. Those are all easy things to do. In fact, the products we have, the salt is less than $20. The minerals is like $11. And the electrolytes, salt is an electrolyte. It's got 2 out of the 3. And we have an electrolyte drink. I mean, everyone knows what electrolytes are. You probably drink them all the time when you're working out and you're sweaty, you're thirsty. And we have one that has amino acids in it. That's probably, I don't even know off the top of my head, 20 or 30 bucks. So like in under $50, you could restore your biofield for months. And if you put your feet on the earth or you stick them in the ocean, you're getting earth energy, which does a whole nother level of healing your cells. Plus you're soaking in the electrolytes from the earth, from the ocean. And it's also, the ocean also has this benefit of pulling toxins out of your body, which lightens up everything for you. And it makes it easier for you to have energy. So if you're having this like heavy burden in your body, when you get rid of it, don't you feel better? So if it's a toxicity, or if it's because you haven't pooped in a day, or there's stress or infection going on physically in your body, when you get rid of that, your body goes, finally, like my adrenals can relax, my adrenals can heal. And so in the same way, putting your feet on the earth, grass, dirt, ocean, sand, it doesn't matter where. Some rocks even counts. Like if you're really in like an earthy place, like Joshua Tree, or rocks that are on one of the jetties by the ocean, where it's really just connected to the earth, you're going to get healing energy. And if you, let me see if I could share my screen really quick. I wanted to go to, on the website, when you log in, you come to this area and here's all this downloadable content. And it's also elsewhere on the website, but I just wanted you to, I wonder if I could, this is new for me. I wonder if I can click on it to show it to you. I don't know that I can, but I can, oh yeah, there we go. So the earth one is the one I was looking for. It's not there right now. So I will go back to this do-it-yourself section, free downloads. This is from the main drop-down menu. And if you scroll down here, you'll see benefits of Mother Earth, and you download this. And these are on the left, someone's cells. Let me find my little pointer things that I like to use. I like the heart stamp. So if you go over here, this is somebody's cells. Literally, they pricked their finger, put the blood on a slide under a microscope, and they looked at their cells, and they're all clumped together. And there are these thick white things right here. Well, now I just covered it. So these thick little white things, those are immune things happening in this person's body. And this is before they're on the earth, and this is after. And the difference that you can see in what someone's cells look like is night and day. So literally 15 minutes barefoot or sock foot on the planet, and your body will heal. And that is why some people like camping. That's why surfers are addicted to surfing, because they're not necessarily doing healthy things the rest of the day. They probably, most of them, don't have EMF remediation on their devices. But when they're in the ocean every day for an hour, they're like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. This also happens with meditation and yoga and breath work. And so this is another person's cells. I won't go through it in detail. And then here you go, the before and the after. And when the cell wall, your cells, let me just move this off of my, so you can see, your cells should be the shape of a sphere. They're round. And where my fingers are is the cell wall. In that cell wall, 100% of the cell wall is made up of fat. So if you don't have enough fat in your diet, your cell walls are going to be warped and the shapes are all going to be raggedy. Probably like this one on the bottom. I lost my annotation again. So my little tick mark, my little heart. I didn't lose my heart. Hopefully my heart's still intact, but here we go. So this one on the bottom, the cell walls are all like fuzzy and jagged. So you eat an orange and you're thinking, I'm eating vitamin C. Awesome. I need vitamin C to heal and repair. You're not absorbing it, because the vitamin C goes through your digestive system and then it travels like it's a little key looking for the lock where it fits to bind onto, to latch on to the receptor site so it can send signals inside the cell for your cell to repair wounds, to grow your hair, nails, to function, your brain, etc. So if you do not have enough good fat in your diet, your cells are not going to work correctly at all. And then if you have EMF issues or EMF in general, like if you're not remediated, your cell walls are also going to have a similar issue. So it's almost like the same issue coming from two different sources. And so this is why one of the homework assignments I continue to give people is go barefoot outside. If you are pet the dog, play with the kids, if you have little ones outside on the grass. If you are living in a winter state where you have snow and you're not touching the planet at all for like 4 or 5 months, there are remediation things that you can do. One of them, which is my favorite, is my bed. Oops, I wanted to get off of that. So the bed that I sleep in, let me see if I can go share you a different screen, is connected to the earth. And so it's a mattress cover that is connected to the third prong of the outlet. The top two are electrical. The bottom little circle one is a grounding, I don't know what they call it, a grounding wire or grounding plug. And that means that it is connected to the earth. And then they have the mattress cover is covered in all of these silver lines that conduct. Silver is a conductor of electricity from the earth. And so the whole time I'm sleeping, I'm getting earth energy. So I'm getting this picture I like to sleep right now in my life. So I'm sleeping like 8 to 9.5 or 10 hours a night. And so I'm getting this benefit the whole time I'm sleeping. So my entire circulatory system is getting healed, doing nothing. Okay, that is my tagline. The simple solutions for health is everything. How can we fit these things into our life? I'll show you that page in a second, but I just wanted to go back here. So the same thing that we saw over here with the cells, that's from dark field microscopy, that's from the blood. The ones on the right are from an MRI. And the top is the before and the bottom is the after. And the yellow and the red and the orange are hot spots, pain and inflammation. And on the bottom, it's soothing and calm and healing. So when you are on the earth for a period of time, you get soothing and healing. End of story. So that alone, the earth is free. The earth will restore your biofield. That was tying the whole story back together. But as soon as you pick up your phone, let's say you sleep in the bed that I just described, or you surf, or you're in the ocean for an hour, 1 minute, 3 minutes might not take you down. But by the time you have your phone on you or with you for the rest of your day, your biofield is destroyed all over again. In a healthier person, let's say a surfer that surfs every single day, or someone that's on the beach walking every single day, or gardening, you put your phone down, you take a few breaths, and your biofield will probably recover. But somebody with diabetes or headaches or chronic back pain or something else going on, children, it is so sad. They have no biofield. They're on devices all day, from school, from learning, from watching videos. They want to play on your phone. They have no biofield. And as I said, then healing is not in existence, basically. So it is really the utmost important. So my tagline being simple solutions, I find the easiest things you can do. You put this little sticker on every one of your devices and you don't have that problem. You're getting healed. You can walk around with your phone. All the people that work out at the gym with their phone here, they have it in their pocket. The girls stick it in their bra. It's just cancer waiting to happen if you do that. And you're not having a biofield. So who knows what other health problems you're going to have. So this is the free download on my website. It's been there for a long time. I'm going to stop the share. It is, what is that free download called? It was called like Earth Energy or something. Earthing. Very simple. And I'm going to share, let me just open up this page so I can then share it again. I'm going to share my screen again. Let's see if I get it right. I'm getting pretty good at this. Okay. On my website again, I don't know, our pictures are in the way of me getting to this little link. Okay. Under the shop icon, which is hiding, but I can't do it because one of you guys is there. There's a little drop down and one of them is called Julie's Favorites. And if you go there, these are some of the things I don't sell, but they're my favorite things and for healing and for health. And most of them, I have a code where you can get a discount. So right here, it's called the anti-aging bed. If you click on this, it will take you to their website. They just had a sale. A couple of clients bought the mattress covers. They have pillowcases, whatever. There's little patches that you can put on your body. I have those in the clinic. As soon as someone walks in for their session, I have an earth. It's connected, just like I described the mattress, to the grounding prong of the outlet. And they have it on their body. There's blankets, there's arm cuffs, there's all kinds of things. There's little cushions you can sit on the whole time they're there. So I have somebody grounding for an hour, hour and a half by a little sticker. Kind of looks like the kind of thing you use when they do the EKGs. So here, just to scan you through, there's different kinds of water filters. There's a vibration machine, CBD, blue light blocking glasses, and also, so as far as your devices go, the number one thing for health is put the EMF remediation on your devices. I also go the extra step, and all of my devices have blue light blocking shields. There's another company below that has that. This company makes because this circle can't go on your wireless headphones. And when the two headphones are here, one drops and all the music stops. So what is happening in your brain, in your head, when you're listening to wireless devices? I don't wear them, and my son's only allowed maximum 1 hour a day. I don't stand for those things. And so anyway, here's the water filter that I have on my house. It's just a tube, pop it in, and you have incredibly healthy, mineral-rich water. So here's a few other things. Here's the blue light blocking shields for your devices, and one of my favorite workout tools. And this is the sauna that I have. It's a little pop-up tent. You can sit in it. You can put an ozone thing in it and a red light thing. So anyway, those are some of my favorite things, and that's why they're called Julie's favorites. So I recommend you get some of those. I want to do one more thing, and then I'll take your questions. I always like to do some healing things during these health club meetings, because I don't like sitting around. I had an appointment a few weeks ago with a bodywork guy, and I had to sit in his waiting room. And after like 3 minutes, I was like going out of my skin. I'm like, can I at least have a yoga mat, or can I stretch? Like, I'm not going to sit in this chair. I hate sitting. So everybody stand up. You don't have to turn your screen on if you don't want to. Barry has been asking me for a video for this for a while, and he's on the call. So maybe you want to record it yourself. We're going to do tapping and swiping, which is one of the ways that you heal yourself. Okay, so limitless healing, simple solutions, and infinite possibilities are my taglines. And I cannot break it down any easier for you to heal than putting a sticker on your devices, so that it's actually, by the way, it turns your phone from killing you into actually healing you, right? Because when you put it on your head, you get restored. And now we're going to do tapping and swiping. It will move. Energy is always in motion. It just gets stuck. There get traffic jams in your body for various reasons, from scars to traumas to constipation to, it's usually your traumas throughout the course of your life. And I'm not going to go in detail into that tonight, but that is one of the 5 missing things from all other health regimens. And that's why other health programs haven't healed you. So tapping and swiping, your first 2 fingers are your strongest. I tend to use those, but I don't know, sometimes I do all 4. And you're literally going to start on the top of your head, and you're just going to tap and breathe. And I want you to think you're beating the dust out of like an outdoor cushion, right? You're just like smacking it. And if you just let it go, then the dust is going to fall right back on the cushion. So we tap, and then we swipe and exhale, or we exhale the whole time. So we're going to just do this from the top of your body, the top of your head. You're going to go all the way around your eyes, the nose bone. And I'm not able to breathe out as much as I would like to, because I'm talking, and I'm literally like coloring in between the lines, like everywhere. And you can do this quickly in as little as 2 minutes, or you can make it take 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, because you can just really be more thorough with it. The tapping and swiping that I have on the website is a little more specific. It takes you through your detox organs. But when I teach it live, I don't think anyone's going to remember that. So I just teach you top to bottom. So I went from my head, I'm down to my pubic bone, and then in the groins, and the whole time, like big exhales. You're not doing it, whoever, Barry, I see you. Why are you not tapping and swiping with us? You can turn your screen off if you don't want me to see. Okay, to get to the back, I usually use the knuckle. And I'm just going to beat up here above the bra line for the adrenals, lower back to the kidneys. I like to go into the butt cheeks a little. I was holding some energy in my butt cheek today from somebody else, so I was tapping it out, breathing out. And then after you do your body part, woo, I have you on a hill so that you can see me. Then you're going to do your armpits. And there is the front, the middle, and the back of the armpit. Breathing out. Big exhale. Then you can do the other one. This is the lymph. When the lymph is clogged, everything gets backed up. When you don't poop, everything gets backed up. And your body, one of the other things I talk about is the assembly line. It is an assembly line. So if one thing is backed up, it backs up the entire system. And big exhale. Okay, I didn't time myself. I'm imagining it was about 3 or 4 minutes because I was talking. Big exhale, and I feel like I could breathe out like 5 more times until I like to do it until I feel like bliss, like everything just lifts. Like I sit quietly and I keep breathing until I'm like, oh, I just feel like I'm in a bubble of energy. Then you take your one hand on the other shoulder. So let's start with the right hand on the left shoulder and wipe sand off. Wipe sand off your body, all 360 degrees of the arm, breathing out, and I'm moving my bracelets out of the way. I'm getting my wrist and my fingers a little extra. Just do one hand for a second, one side. Breathing out, big exhale. Okay, and then just breathe for another second, and you should be able to notice the difference in your 2 arms. The arm I did feels like it's 3 inches longer. And it also feels so relaxed. There feels like tension in the front of the other side. So I just like for you to notice and just breathe out and exhale and swipe, swipe, swipe. And I this is so simple that so many people overlook this because they're like, oh, I have a headache, I have a migraine, or I'm constipated. And I'm like, did you tap and swipe? They're like, yeah, whatever. What should I take? They tap and swipe and have a bowel movement and the headache goes away. It is so easy. We are moving energy. And this is ridiculously easy. I cannot make it easier for you. And it works. Everything from dental health, from headaches. We've all banged our head 1,000 times over the course of our lifetime. Car door, cabinet, you go to hug a baby and they headbutt you. We snowboarding, falling out of a tree, gymnastics, whatever. Like everyone's hit their head 1,000 times. And all of that, in order to heal, it's going to send stuff down the neck all the way out to the fingers. But if your shoulder's tight or your elbow has like a knot in it or your bicep is super tight, the energy gets stuck there. And then when it's stuck, everything backs up. So we are just moving it every single day, whether it's physical or emotional or energetic. This is the subtle energy body, and you move everything out. And then breathe out a few more times. You might be ahead of me. I'm taking a little extra longer because I'm talking. And then we're going to do our legs. And I want to say one more thing about this. So on your lower back, just above my pants, where the kidneys are, and I'm going to swipe all the way down. And I will put my foot up here. So I swipe the whole thing, breathing out all the way down the top and the bottom of the foot. And so I tell people you could do this in like 2 minutes, but at least, I don't know, 6 or 10 people in the last week are like, something's wrong. They're on custom programs. They're a member of my elite health club. And they're like, something's wrong. I don't feel good. My program's totally off. And I said, tap and swipe. And they said, I did. And I said, do it longer and be more thorough and breathe extra. And every single one of them said, that worked. Okay. So we're talking, people were like, my head hurts, my back hurts, I'm an emotional wreck, whatever it is. I just have them do this more thoroughly. I mean, look, I could charge them money and bring them in for another session and sell them more products, but this works and it works fast and you're just moving energy and breathe. Okay, so I'm going to exhale a few more times now because in a way that's like a workout. And if anyone wants to put on their volume for a second and say how they feel right now, I think the other people would love to hear it if you did that. No takers. All right.
I
Well,
didn't do it yet. I'm sorry. I was watching.
I know you watched. I saw you.
I
Okay.
know. Thank you.
Breathe, but you should do it. So, because I do treatments during class so that you could physically feel better while you are here instead of just wasting an hour. Not that it's a waste of an hour, please. I would never say that about my own time or yours, but I hope not. But I want you to actually get the benefits. So I feel now after doing that and talking, I feel like wound up energy in here. So
I like doing it on my legs because sometimes it gets like because I'm laying in the bed sometimes, and so it gets still stiff. So sometimes just doing the swiping down my legs really helps for me. And I don't have to do anything but just lay in the bed, and especially because I'm working from home. So if I feel like my legs are feeling a little numb, or I feel like I'm just not getting the circulation, I like doing that. So
excellent.
that helps me a lot.
Yeah, and you're a mom, and so every person that is a mom has a scar from delivering their child, and that scar almost always causes backup somewhere in the body. So all, as I was saying, the head trauma, all of our scars throughout our life cause little traffic jams. Like, someone has a scar down their arm. Now your skin is your biggest organ, but now the body doesn't go through, the energy doesn't go through that scar. It detours around and detours around. And that over the course of time, when you have 20 or 30 scars, that causes you to have health problems. And to me, that's the definition of aging, if you wanted to call it that. It's called life experiences. And you have more of them, the more years you've been alive in your human existence form. So we are always working to unblock stuck energy and keep moving it forward. So anyway, I want to take questions and I want to also show you the group chat. So I am going to open it up for questions. And if you have any, raise your hand. No one has any so far raising your hand. You want to have one, Barry?
Yeah. I didn't want to put this on until I talked to you. I would prefer to put this inside the cases. Does that matter?
Under the case on the phone. Yes, it matters. It has to be on the phone. So if you buy the Q disc, it has to be on the phone.
Stick it on the phone.
It's a sticker, so stick it on your phone. If you are getting a new phone in the very near future, then put it on the phone. If you were going to get a new phone, I would say put Scotch tape over it until you get the new phone. But when you get the new phone, you stick it on. So yes, stick it right on. And we have pictures of them. If we didn't send any to you, we have pictures. It goes right smack in the middle. I've tested many things. My son's computer is this wide, smack in the middle. My computer's this wide, smack in the middle on the top part of it. Yep. So put it on right now and do your breaths. Do you have another question for me? You're muted, I think. I think you're muted. I can't hear you. Yeah. Unmute you.
I thought I just clicked myself. I apologize. I can't think of one at the moment. You did the tap and swipe. I wanted a small demo. You did the whole demo. That's fine. I just wanted to see how you were tapping and swiping, because sometimes it's just easy to misconstrue what somebody means. And that's why I just wanted to, a slight demo. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. No problem. My pleasure.
Hi, Julie. I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Diane.
Okay, so I missed it. So when you put the disc on, you can't put it on top of the case. It has to be on the phone. So, but what if I put the disc on the phone? Can I put the case over top of it?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
That is how mine is. It's actually also protects it then. Now you're never going to lose it.
Oh, okay. So you have to have it on the phone.
It should be on the phone. There's quantum physics in it that's taking the energy of the phone and manipulating it to something healthier for the human body.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the phone, we also have the paint, which I know I have in
I have the,
the
yeah.
closet. I would have shown it to you. The paint is EMF paint. And so a friend of mine bought 2 gallons of Oh, there it is. Thank you. Marianne is holding it up. A friend of mine bought 2 gallons of EMF paint. It was like $550, and it took her forever till she ended up putting it on her house, because you can paint a whole wall. But the Liquitech that is being shown right now, like you could see, it's like not even the bottle's like not even the size of your finger. And you can use that. I use that on AirPods. I use it on Wi-Fi routers, on the back of televisions, all kinds of things. You basically, thank
Electric
you.
breakers.
That's awesome.
Electric breakers. This is the bottle. Sorry, I had to say something so it actually shows. Otherwise, they only see small window.
Circuit breaker. Yes, I had Mariana do her whole circuit breaker, because where you live, like if I remediate my devices, but I'm sleeping and outside my window, there's a cell phone tower, or like I described, the building across the street that has probably 300 people with Wi-Fi in it, you're still getting like all day long. And so if you can erase that, then you can just have like peace and calm. And then the littlest bit of nutrition, you get like a 1 + 1 = 3 effect. Like the littlest that you do, you get an exponential effect when you remediate all the EMF stuff around you. And so you take an organic Q-tip. I say organic because cotton is one of the top 7 GMOs. So I don't really even like to have those in the house unless they're organic. You dip it in and you put little dots on things. So I put 9 dots on each side of the AirPod case. And then I put a couple of dots on the AirPods. And then I bought from that other company the little wraparounds. And I still don't even use them, but that's what we do for my sons. And he's so programmed. He got new headphones and they're big ones. And he's like, I can't use them until you tell me what to put on them, because he's a smart kid and he likes his brain. And his skin, it's like, you don't think of these things like acne or just like it's touching you, it's on you, it's in your head, it's just doing something to you. So anyway, EMF, we also have a little spaceship. It looks like it's got the same, we can talk about other things, but it's got the same technology as the laser. We have this I can put on my body. It doesn't have any EMF in it. Someone was asking me that yesterday. No harmful EMFs come out of this, but when you put it on your body, it reprograms and repatterns your cells. So it completely changes who you are when you use this laser. It can kill a parasite, bacteria, virus, infection, toxicity in really as little as 4 minutes. This is my favorite healing tool on the planet. And you can see it's smaller than my forearm, and it definitely fits. I don't have a purse handy, but it fits in a purse. Like it fits almost in my baseball hat. Smaller, it's small enough to fit in there, travels well. I have many biohacking tools. This is still my favorite because you can travel with it anywhere you go, on an airplane, in a car, and you can heal yourself. Because if you haven't figured it out, the world is a shit show. I don't know if I should say that. There's a lot of stuff going on around us. And so it is really important for us to just stay in the calm space. When you are balanced and grounded and calm, healing happens and less mind chatter. So the little thing with your phone, tapping and swiping, we talked about the earth properties. And then it's nice to have some tools around, because as things keep going cuckoo out there, I want to make sure that I'm never going to go to a doctor, like really, unless it's a life or death situation. I haven't been to a medical doctor in 20 years, not intending on it. I want to have healing tools with me, with my son, in case something happens, because then we can heal ourselves quickly. Because it is all about energy, and it is all about just making sure your body stays peaceful and calm and grounded. If there was, God forbid, like an accident and a broken bone or something, that's when you need a medical doctor. But I was laughing today because Amazon now has a doctor service, and I watched a couple of videos just to see what they have, and they're like, yep, you tell us your ailments and we'll set you up with a medical doctor and give you your prescription. And I was like, of course you will. So anyway, everyone's trying to get a piece of you and your health. And I think you should take charge of your own health and put the doctor in the back seat. And the more tools you have and the more knowledge you have, the better. And that's one of the reasons why I love this class, because I can't be with people 99.9% of the time. It doesn't matter how many sessions they have with me. You have to figure out what to do on your own when you're put in a situation, and to teach you the simplest skills that you can do to feel better is, to me, priceless. It's kind of like, I don't know, like MacGyver skills, but for your health, right? Like you just need to know what to do. Does anyone have any other questions right now? So I'm going to show you in your, I'm going to share my screen again, but let me see if I could set it up first. In your health club section, there is, okay, let me share my screen now that I have a clue where to go. And then I can talk about, if anyone doesn't have a question, but you have a topic you wanted to hear more information about, you could also say that, because I could teach a variety of topics, but I like to teach related to what people are wanting to hear. So if you go to julieehealth.com, on this upper right-hand corner, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but it says, hello, Julie eHealth, because that's me. That's your login area. And when you log in, you have this whole drop-down area. And you are all Limitless Health Club Plus members. So when you go into the Plus Club member section, hopefully this will work. It takes you, every month there's going to be a different code here. So for February, obvious reasons, Heart 20. So anything you want to buy on the website, you use that code and you're going to get 20% off. And this is really a gift I'm giving out. Like the Limitless Health Club basic people that are not paying to join me online are still getting 10% off, and you're getting 20% off, because I want you to have the products. I want you to have whatever you need to be healthy. Here's where the links are for this class. And then this is the past meeting, the most recent, that was from 2 weeks ago. We meet every 2 weeks. Here's a few other ones underneath it. And then some other videos we have here. And then at the bottom, so I told you earlier, I converted the do-it-yourself section into videos. So there are courses there's like a little mini quiz at the end. I mean, the courses, each one is probably like 2 minutes, maybe 3. So anytime you want to just like learn one more little thing, you come here and you click, and it allows you to keep track of where you're at and you learn. And then all the downloadable content, which we'll have to make sure that you can download it from here. But if you can't, as I showed you earlier, for the time being, you can go up to the do-it-yourself free download section here. But I want to make sure that you have this dialed in, because I've spent like at least 3 or 4 months helping pull this together. And I'm just going to keep adding content and videos. And when there's key points from these health club meetings, I've chopped them up into shorter videos so you can watch them more quickly. So there's anything here, there's your profile, there's your orders, etc. Make sure your address is correct in case you place an order. And then there's this groups here, and maybe we'll change that name to just chat. This is the chat where you can, as you're a member, if you have questions, you can post your questions here. And I'm hoping that it stirs up people to help each other out. Ignore the laser part. That's not going to be there tomorrow. But there's, I don't know what, it might take a little too long to get here. Diane, see, you're here. That's why when you were having an issue logging in, I was wondering, because you're here. So there's Carla, me, and Diane. It doesn't look like anyone else posted anything, but you can post questions and ask each other stuff. I get questions every single day, and I just don't even have enough time to answer them, because a lot of my day is one-on-one with people. So I'll answer some of them, but I was hoping that someone that I answered could help answer someone else. So this is a question here that's not answered yet. A natural way to fall asleep. Sometimes have a hard time falling asleep and wake up with a headache if I stay up too late. So melatonin is a hormone, so I don't always start people on melatonin. However, there's always a caveat. Melatonin is an antioxidant that helps the pineal gland, which regulates your sleep-wake cycle. And melatonin gets destroyed from the blue light. So another reason to get your blocking shields for your computer. So I do like to use melatonin, and our melatonin a little while ago, at least, was the only one nature made, not man-made. And I want to say it's like $10 and lasts for months. So a few drops of melatonin actually might help you drop into a deep sleep. But my favorite remedy that I have seen work more often for every single person is something for the gallbladder. Not everyone has the gallbladder issues, but mostly women do. And so when your gallbladder is under stress, it's hard to fall asleep. And the word stress can be, I think I'm going to go a little more into detail of this for the last 10 minutes. So I'll answer the question a little bit quickly. The gallbladder, if you're laying in bed and you're like completely exhausted and you're just laying there and you're like, why am I awake? It's usually your gallbladder. And not just the gallbladder, but any organ in your body can function that way if it's nutrient deficient, toxic, or overloaded. So there's either bugs like bacteria, virus, parasites, or there is toxicity like chemtrails and like food poisoning or food dye and whatever the crap is they're putting in the food. So the GMOs, all the pesticides. So that is why we do tapping and swiping, because energy gets stuck in different organs based on where your scars are. So your whole body is made up of meridians. This is the simplest picture I have. These lines on the body are all different meridians. So if something like, let's see, the blue spots on the head, they're all blue if they're not yellow or purple. Those are all on the stomach meridian. And the red one down the arm is on the heart meridian, and the purple ones down the front is the large intestine. So depending on where your scars are on your body, they're actually creating a blockage in the flow of energy to an organ or a gland. And that's why treating the scars and getting energy to move through the scars is important. And if you had my own example, I got hit really hard on the side of my leg by a softball in 9th grade, and I really didn't like the teacher who did it. So it had like an emotional and a physical component, and it was so hard, it scared me. That was right on the liver and the gallbladder meridian. And then later in life, I got hit by something else on the back of my head, and that was on a gallbladder meridian. And then I had delivered a baby, and where they cut was also on a gallbladder meridian. So can you see how by the time I become like 40, I'm like, why can't I fall asleep? And what's going on? Because my gallbladder has had numerous dents in it, creating traffic jams. And the saying is that it takes 20 years to take down an organ. But these are all these underlying things that your allopathic or medical doctor would be like, oh, you have like 3 things out of range. You're fine. We'll see you in a few years or next year. Like, they don't really understand. They think you're crazy if they'll lose some weight. Oh, do yoga and meditate. Like, they don't even know what they're doing or saying. Even that's what they said on the Amazon thing too. They're like, we'll figure out. They should have said, we'll guess what we think it is, and we'll just give you a drug to try that. But that they're guessing. At least we can trace where your scars are and figure out what it's likely to be. And when we do the energy testing, we can get more precision. When I work with someone one-on-one, we can really figure out exactly what's going on. So let's say you have like a thick scar and you get a really deep tissue massage, and then you're like, oh, I feel amazing. And then the next day you have a smashing headache. It's because all the toxins in that scar are now in your liver or your gallbladder or your kidneys. And it was like such a massive dump to the organs that now the organs are like, whoa, we only can handle half of that. And now we're overloaded. So now we're on high alert and stress out, scenario. And that's why you start to have the symptoms. And so the detox organs need to keep flowing. And it's called an assembly line because when one guy is sluggish, it backs everybody else up. So if you don't poop, it will back up your kidneys, and your kidneys, if they don't have enough nutrition support, which is usually a mega dose. It, like when you're in a scenario, if you're like, oh, I take 1 turmeric every day, your liver might need 15 on that day. Like if they break down everything out of that scar. So people are like, oh, I take 1 vitamin C every day. I'm like, well, when you're on injury repair, you might need 15. Like you have to think in different terms. There's basic, and then there's when you're fixing something in your body, you need a functional or optimal amount of that nutrition to help you. And when you have, like I said, you get this massage and it breaks it down, now it's overloading your organs or glands. If you don't take care of that organ or gland, like some people are just tough and they're type A and doers, and they'll be like, oh, my back bothered me, and they stretch and they go, oh, I'm fine. And like 3 years later, they have hormone problems. And they're wondering, why do I have hormone problems? Well, because there's so much stress in your kidney and toxicity that now your body's secreting cortisol, like really high levels, and it's throwing off your hormones. It's like, so it's this whole, domino effect. And what it really comes down to, I can do every level of functional medicine. I can do everything that, I work on with people individually, but what it really comes down to is first, make sure you have EMF remediation, make sure you're sleeping and breathing and getting on the earth every day and moving the energy through your body. It's like that simple, because if there's something stuck here, like today I was in the ocean before and my right butt cheek was like so tight. And I was like, what is going on there? And then I realized there was like, this is just through some of my little skills. I was like, oh, so-and-so's energy was in there, like a family member. And so I did a bunch of extra tapping and swiping, and then suddenly it felt looser. And I was like, oh, now the rest of my body feels light. But while that was like heavy, it like brings everything down. Does that shake your head a little bit if that makes any sense for the few people that I could see? Okay, because I had some body work the other day and a different kind of a massage thing. And when they moved out some stuff out of my lymph, my adrenals were just like, oh my gosh, like now we have no more stress. So it was just like something stuck in my lymph that was weighing my adrenals down, where I felt like I had adrenal burnout for a day. But then I just moved things and everything was better. It's really that easy. So I'm going to point out, Barry just started yawning twice, because yawning is when the traffic jams open and everything is energy. And even though we're on this device, we're all getting this energy. It's energy is energy. It doesn't matter if you're in person, we're all together here. And most of the clients that I work with one-on-one will yawn the entire session time. Once we start doing lasers and tapping and swiping and touching their body in different places to move energy. So when you yawn, the rule of thumb is never talk in the middle of your yawn. Because if you're on the 405 or the 595 or whatever your freeway is, and you're stuck in traffic and then it starts to move, the worst thing is to get back in traffic again, right? So we can all agree on that. So when you're starting to yawn, it's like the traffic jams, like the tight, stuck places are starting to open. And if you talk in the middle of your yawn, you're back into the traffic jam. So always express the full yawn. Usually there'll be a few in a row once they start happening. Okay, so I was thinking to go into this little hormone thing. I can probably show one slide really quickly in our last couple of minutes, unless someone has a question or something else you want to know about. We got 3 minutes left. Nobody, everyone is so quiet tonight. Okay, so
I wanted to know more about, like, how do you know if you had a parasite?
that's a great question. I keep seeing people posting about parasites on some of the, I want to come up with a silly name about social media. I don't have one yet, but the noise factory, I don't know, something like that. So you energetically, if when I do energy testing on someone, usually their pituitary gland and the hypothalamus gland have no energy in them when there's a parasite. And so also sometimes you don't have deep sleep, or no matter how long you sleep, you don't feel rested. That's usually when something's going on at the pituitary, which really, if you look at it energetically, is like the third eye. So it's like you're not shutting it down, or you're not tending to your own deeper true self. It's pretty hard to figure out on your own if you have a parasite. Let's just assume everyone has them, because they do, unless you get to the point where you treat them. Your body is like an onion. So what's on the outermost layer is never parasites, because your body doesn't have enough energy to get rid of parasites until you start treating your body and you put in electrolytes and minerals and CoQ10, and you have a biofield where your body goes, oh, now I can finally heal. So parasites are usually like a couple of layers deep. And yeah, so parasites and heavy metals are almost the same. Like people get hair analysis all the time. They're like, I could swear I have heavy metals, but nothing showed up on my test, because if you don't have enough energy, it won't show up. Like your body has to have energy on a cellular level. So it's not even worth doing lab tests for it. If you're having a lot of gas and you're not having good bowel movements and you're having a hard time sleeping, it's possible that you have parasites. There are some tests. I can't think of the woman's name right now. She had some little box, like meter thing that you can do on the skin. It was a few $100, if I remember correctly. Someone showed me once. But it's a really quick energy test to see if you have parasites or not. And, we can do that in a one-on-one session, or I can answer you right now. On this layer, your body says no. So I think you have to start pooping a bunch, and then you'll know. And they're microscopic. So even when I did my first parasite cleanse, I thought I was going to see them in the toilet. You really don't. They're like, almost never does someone see a worm. There are certain things, like people have had ringworm, like little circles usually on the legs. Those are definitely indicative of parasites. But based on everything I've told you earlier today, you could go to a medical doctor and they could say you have parasites, but as soon as you turn on your biofield and get your assembly line working, you might not, because your body will start to move things out that doesn't need, right? Your body is a smart machine. What would a car do if you just put a bunch of crap in the engine and the tank? It would just eventually like explode, or it would like, rock and roll. It's not really going to work correctly. So when there are things in your body interfering with your biochemistry, things don't work. So the main thing is build the foundation, like get the biofield strong, and then start to make sure the entire assembly line works. And sometimes in the process of that, you're getting rid of parasites without really knowing. But it's a good question. And I really don't have one simple answer as to how you know if you have parasites. There are stool tests, $250 to $400 poop tests. They may come up, but I rarely see parasites come out on poop tests either. So I think that when the body is ready, it shows them up. And most people that I've worked with one-on-one, at some point in the course of working with them, they're on a parasite program, but not when they think it is. It's usually like way later after you build the foundation, you build the assembly line to have optimal functioning, and then you start to treat the scars. And then one day they're just like, I don't have any energy. And that's when the parasites are like on the surface, because everything gets buried. You get stuff, and then stuff piles and piles and piles on top of it. So first you have to treat what's on the surface until you get to the root. All right, guys. So it is 9:02 or 5:02, 6:02, depending on where you are. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you will use the website well. I hope you'll join me in a couple of weeks at the next meeting. I hope you will use your discount code to order some products and work your way through the do-it-yourself section. I like to always show a couple. This is the pH minerals. Usually there's a dropper in it. You drop a couple of drops. It's pretty much clear. You drop a couple of drops into every water bottle, and you just start getting minerals in your body, which builds your biofield. We didn't really talk about this, but this is one of my favorite products that I've been using for 25 years. It's an anti-inflammatory high protein shake. Most people don't use it as a shake. They just put a teaspoon or a tablespoon in their water and drink it. And it cleans out everything from the mouth to the butt, and anti-inflammatories everything. Because the new term is inflammaging. It's aging because of inflammation. Everyone has inflammation. I've yet to see anyone that doesn't. I don't have inflammation almost anywhere in my body, but there's two little places where like a tendon is funky and there's inflammation there. So, but I've drank this shake for probably like 10 years religiously. So, and then of course, the laser, the EMF remediation stickers and paint, and the little spaceship if you want to just plug something in and make your whole place be in this quantum healing field. And there's a million other products, but focus on building your foundation first, and then you can stack on top of that. Because you wouldn't get a fixer-upper house and just hang pictures up first. You have to first gut, spackle, fix the groundwork, then you paint, then you add the paintings. So a lot of the stuff that you hear about in the news or the media, oh, this is good for this and this is good for that, is BS. One of my dear friends texted me earlier, my doctor said that my cholesterol is too high, and I'm wondering what you suggest for that. And I was like, get a new doctor. The answer is what I wanted to show you in this flow chart. You can watch one of the previous videos where I talk about hormones. I show you clearly that in order to make cortisol, estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone, it is required to make cholesterol. So if you have a lot of stress and your body is constantly producing cortisol, and stress can be EMF not being remediated, it could be people, your job, lack of sleep, all different kinds of things. It could be an infection you didn't know you had, or not pooping, like there's stress in your body. Having any of those will drive your cortisol up. And in order to make cortisol, your body will first make cholesterol. So I don't do hormone stuff anywhere near the beginning of anyone's custom program unless they beg for it, because it will all come into balance just by getting rid of infection and toxicity and putting in nutrient sufficiency. So I will leave you with those thoughts, and hopefully this class, if you wanted to rewatch it, will be online in the next 24 hours, but all the other previous classes are there. Health club meetings, really. I don't want to call it a class. And tell a friend if you learned something, or share the link, please, please, please. I would love to have more people that need this information show up. I know you all want it and need it too, but there's people out there that really need help and don't know where to turn. So please send them this way. Even if they don't join this club, they can work through the do-it-yourself section and get the discounts and start feeling better instantly. Can I share one thing, Barry, that you said? So Barry's a cousin of mine, and he reached out recently and said, I was buying these fish oils, and then I realized, well, why don't I just buy them from you? And so I ended up putting him on like 3 products, I think. And I said, and when you're finished those, let's just give you, 2 of the same and 1 other one. And he started soaking, and I think his words were, I feel, did you say amazing, great? Like,
I'm getting, my brain seems to, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It just seems like it's kind of clear.
Clear. He feels clear because we got the kidneys clear, because we got the biofield intact. And he, like, kudos to Barry, but he didn't do a lot. Like, there's a picture that we'll put on the website of this woman's neck. She didn't do a lot, but over the course of the year, she lost like 25 pounds, and her neck, they were going to take her thyroid out for the rest of her life. And she was like 40, and she looks amazing. So it's not everything you hear out there. That's just noise. It's being efficient. And the 3 steps to health that I talk about, the biofield, the assembly line, and the scars, and then the missing pieces to all other health programs. Like, you don't have to sauna and enema and biohack all day long. You just have to do the exact right things and build the foundation, and you start feeling better. I think Barry's original email, when I said, well, how are you feeling? He's like, actually, now that you're asking me to think about it, I think I have more energy, but it's subtle. And then this after the next round, so I think you've had 3 rounds of supplements. It's just been a couple of months. And he's like, actually, I think I feel more clear and I have more energy. So it's actually quite easy. And that is why I have my tagline, simple solutions. Okay, it's 9:08. I don't want to take any more of your time. Love you guys. Have a healthy day, and I will see you next time.
Can I ask you one little
Thank
question?
you.
Thank you.
Can I ask you one little question?
Go ahead.
The pH minerals, do you have something where you just put in a drop? Is there something that you use?
Yeah,
like-
there's a dropper that we can, if you don't have it, we'll send you a dropper. Send me
Okay,
a text.
got it. Thank you.
Okay, bye. Have a
Thank
healthy-
you.